already washed most of the parts. But I'll just show you one of the reasons why we wash the parts. The things I use to wash the parts are cream cleansers. Okay. Now you could make your own out of dishwashing liquid and something like Ajax or a powder cleaner. I buy the cream cleanser one. Denture brush is really good. Short, stiff bristles on one side, longer, slightly softer bristles on the other side for getting into the narrow bits and the closed in areas, the creases, the crevices and things like that. So one of the reasons we wash the parts for any model kit is getting rid of oil residue and mold release and other contaminants that are on it. The water should generally stay on there a little bit better. It shouldn't just run away like it's running across a piece of oiled foil. So, there's two reasons why you clean. Painting, obviously. You want the primers and base coats to stick. Secondly, you want the glues to work. You want the adhesives to work, or the co-adhesives to work. So there's no point trying to glue something that's heavily contaminated because the glue is just not going to stay. The other reason for using a slightly stiffer brush and the cream cleanser is that if you've ever scrubbed a piece of glass with cream cleanser, you'll see how it crazes and milks up the surface. Provides lots and lots of little scratches for keying so that paints, glues and such stick to it. Works really well if you're going to use mostly adhesives like C8. Okay, and before the water was sort of running off it, now you can see how it's basically just sitting. If you're not happy with the way it is, if you think there's still a little bit of beading, like I've got a little bit of beading just at the top there, just a quick bit of, just another scrub. Now the reason I chose the denture brush, as I said, the pointy bits, okay, I hope the camera can pick that up. A little bit of cream cleanser for these smaller areas, like that. See what I mean by the smaller bristles getting into those areas that the larger, harder brush won't go. Be careful that you don't break pieces off the sprue. It can happen though, and it probably will happen. If you do, keep yourself 1 or 2 plastic bags that the sprues came in, just to store your bits that fall off. Some of the features about this kit I liked. Metal sprockets and drive wheel accessories, pre-assembled tracks, it has what is called a DMD control unit, like a little microprocessor I suppose, multi-function unit that operates the whole tank. You still need to provide a minimum 2-channel receiver with it, with your RC unit. It takes a 7.2 volt NiCad stick battery. The actual chassis for the thing is in aluminium. A speaker unit. It runs with the full sound of an actual 9-cylinder engine that they have, the radial engine that they run with. I love the graphic on the box. The artwork is just fantastic. If you're wondering too, the little box there that you see isn't just for decoration to tell you what the model. Inside that are all the bearings, additional rubber wheels that go over or rubber treads that go over the wheels, and they even give you some thread lock. There are all the styrene parts washed. Wheel assemblies, 1, 2, 3. Oh, what I was saying before about washing and keeping a plastic bag for bits, things are always full of screws. Howitzer assembly, accessories for the coupler and the captain, some more hull pieces, main turret or coupler, main section of the hull, and machine gun accessories. Okay, well, the metal parts have now been etch primed, so the aluminium tray body's been etch primed, the suspension bogies, the sprockets, the idler wheels, the running wheel mounts, and the side skirts for the main tank attached to the hull leg. So 3 different bags of screws. So you've got your part A, bag B, and bag C. Gradually get smaller as they go through, so that's going to require careful management so you don't lose anything. Various internals and brace supports, axle support, I believe that's a turret support, gun mount supports. Then you've got the drive chains, you've got turret drive motor with the gear assembly and the cannon raising mount and gear assembly. Electronics wise, it'll serve up belongs to one of my subs, sorry. Electronics wise, you've got the mounting block for the lights which the LED gets mounted into and the fibre optics go into. They've included an extension kit, an extension relay from the DMD, so that'll make fitting things inside the tank a little bit easier. Cables are all colour coded, so that when assembling it, it goes all together much easier, one hopes. You've got your lighting block, so this has got your main LEDs which will get mounted into the lighting blocks and your fibre optic attached. Got sprocket axles and bushes for the bogies and the wheel assemblies, spacers, assemblies, clips for the shock absorber systems. I do plan on priming them, but it's going to be easier to prime them as a sub-assembly than it is individual pieces. And then of course you've got the bag with the tools and accessories in. Tube of grease, lots of little zip ties, little screwdriver for adjustments, and a little spanner made out of the same metals that the bogies and everything else are. Double-sided tape. The flasher unit, that's it for the cannon there. It's a neon system as opposed to an LED system, so I'm kind of hoping that's going to be quite bright. Bushes for the wheels and the bogies. They're actually a brass bush. I may stall on things and order some ball bearing ones. I won't be using the tank an awful lot. I may just go ahead with the brass bushes with some silicon diff oil as lubricant. And then you've got the rubber treads for your idler wheels and running wheels, etc. And some screws and attachments to make the machine gun. There's a breakdown of what each part is there. Communication cable, lighting system, the two-way connector for the batteries to the DMD, gun elevation unit, and then the breakdown of the various bags with the parts. So, the bag with the suspension parts, the metal parts bag which I've already cracked open and primed, the various stays, turret stay, support shaft, gun assembly stays, and that was in that other bag. And then of course, machine gun bag, little one I just pointed out. When you look at the breakdown of the parts, you don't use that part there. There is actually a separate small sprue, that one there, which lets you assemble the machine gun body, and then you put the moving parts on top of it. A little bit more realism. Kind of like that. Something else I've done, all these plastic pieces have now been primed as well. So ready to start assembly.